Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Greetings. Salisha Amal here. Welcome to my 3D printing corner and welcome to the complete review video of Lotmaxx 3D Shark V3 3D printer sitting right here in the background. This is the newest 3D printer from Lotmaxx 3D. Now this printer is at the moment retailing at $399 US. You might say, hey, there are cheaper printers like G-Tech Mizares, which is absolutely a very good printer, and it's retailing at $219 US at discounted prices. Why would you go for Shark V3? Well, it's because Shark V3 is not just a 3D printer, it's a bicolor 3D printer. This means it has two extruders, so you can 3D print two colors, multicolors. And not just that, you can also convert it. It comes with a laser engraving kit, so you can easily convert this 3D printer into a laser engraver, and that's why we can easily justify the price $399, because it's a bicolor 3D printer plus laser engraver. In this video, I'm going to show you a quick unboxing, a brief and easy setting up, assembly and setting up of this printer and what I have been 3D printing. And in the end, of course, I'll give you my conclusion. So the laser engraving kit, of course, you have a laser head and accessories. Most probably I won't be even using it unless I need it. Then we have dual color printing kit. This means at the moment it's set for a single color printing. If you want to print in dual color, you have a filament holder, second filament holder, and second extruder with cables and filament detector. So you can add that should you need dual printing. I will probably add it because I like dual printing. Then we have toolkit. Inside the toolkit, screwdriver, glass bed holder, screws, USB dongle with a TF card, okay, to connect the power, this cable, spare parts, spare nozzle, spare parts are given here, nipper and scrapper that I'm always looking forward to, glasses for laser engraving should you want to use, USB cable, and filament holder. I can put the spare parts in my 3D printed spare parts holder. Let's see if I have a space. Yes, I do have a space for you, and there you go. By the way, if you want this box, there's a STL file on my channel, a 3D printing objects channel. You can check there, download it, 3D print it. This is really nice toolbox. You have drawers for your different nozzles, okay, and you have two levels for your tools. I was right that this printer will actually fit. I just need to add this here with two screws and then start making connections. Alright, let's take a closer look at Shark V3 3D printer. At the moment I'm using it as a bicolor 3D printer. That means I can print in two different colors. at the same time by switching the extruders, and only one nozzle, which actually takes, you know, 2 Teflon tubes. I mean, coming in from top, 2 different filament, using 2 Teflon tubes coming from 2 different extruders. Now, if you look at the printer from this angle, it's very nicely built, silver color, going to almost gunmetal, metallic color. It looks very nice on this. All the metal is done very well, and all the design is really very easy and simple. Now, if you look at the base, of course, there are cables coming out and going up in this module, which is a brand new thing that I'm going to introduce and show you very, very soon. And it actually makes it very easy for you to disassemble, pack, and then, you know, unbox and assemble it very, very quick, because the tower separates completely from the base and you do not have any wires connected to that, unlike the other printers. So this is a very nice, cool feature in this V3. Now we come to the bottom. All the electronics, motherboard, everything is housed inside this bottom as usual. You have an on-off switch here. And then when we come to the bed, this is a heated bed. The build volume is 235 x 235 x 265 millimeter, but the bed size is 250 x 250 millimeter. It's a nano coated glass plate. Sometimes it's difficult to stick the first layer on it, but there's a way around it. Number one, you can set your Z-axis offset nicely after auto bed leveling. Yes, it has an auto bed leveling feature, and after you have done it, you can set your Z-axis nice, which gives you a very nice first layer addition. And still, if you're having trouble, you can get a hairspray or a spray like this, which is called adhesive spray for 3D printing. And using this, you just spray it on this and you will never have first layer addition problems anymore. Okay, so this is a heated bed. This can heat up to 110 degrees. Very good for 3D printing, ABS, PETG, and TPU. Basically, TPU doesn't need too much, but ABS needs at least 75 to 80 degrees of the bed temperature, and sometimes even 100 degrees. Anyway, after that, we come to the print head, and you might want to notice there is a beautiful S right here, which lights up with LED lights and looks very, very beautiful. Inside, they have multiple fans, which create a kind of cyclone cooling system. So the cooling is really, really good for each and every layer, and prints are really nice. Now, this Shark V3 3D printer is actually bicolor, as I have shown you. As I have told you, I have one extruder right here, as you have seen in the assembly video, and one extruder right here, and both of the extruders actually have filament detectors. That means you have print resume feature. So electricity goes off, power cuts off, or filament runs out, the printer will stop printing, gives you the beeps, and after that you can replace the filament, or once the electricity comes back, the print resumes back from where it was left, which is very nice and a standard feature. Now, if you notice that there's only one limiter switch for Z-axis and one stepper motor, that means you have only one tower for Z-axis control, unlike other printers right there, which are using the G-Tech printers, which both are using dual Z-axis towers for extra precision. But to be honest, a printer that small does not matter. I have been using and 3D printing with Shark V2 for over a year or more, I believe. This thing has never given me any trouble with a single Z-axis tower. So to say, on Shark V3, it's also fine. Now down here you have a TF card slot that I use most of the time, and all my G codes are here. Then you also have a USB connector directly plugged to your computer should you want to use it with your computer, and you have your LCD screen connector. LCD screen, if you notice, is kind of all glassy, or glassy top right here, glass top, but actually it is a plastic, not a complete glass, but design is different and UI is different as well, which I will show you in this video. Unlike the Shark V2, as you can see, the LCD was something like this. Okay, back to the printer. Then we have the X-axis on the belt drives, of course, and limiter switches are in there. Now this is something new that you might want to notice, and this is a module which sits right here. It's already connected. You don't have to do anything. It came connected with to the tower unit here. You connect all these connectors which are coming, like all these cables coming here. You connect to this module right here, which is a kind of control unit, and the second extruder, first extruder, everything connects right here. So it's very, very easy to connect all these things, and they work simply right. Everything is mentioned very clearly, labeled very clearly. So when you want to dismantle or disassemble the printer for moving away or pack it back, you can easily remove the cables and disassemble the printer very, very quickly. Similarly, assembly is very, very easy. And after the assembly, the connections are super easy right here. On the back Y-axis, we have only one stepper motor, and then most important switch is down here. That is 220 volts or 110 volts. So do make sure before connecting and powering on the printer that your voltage switch is on the voltage that you are using in your region. Now when it comes to the head, the nozzle can get up to 260 degrees, which is more than enough for you to 3D print PETG, ABS and TPU, not to mention PLA, which takes only 180 to 190 degrees, maximum 200 degrees to print with PLA. The LCD screen right here, touch screen, color, double extruder, at the moment showing double extruder. We have settings, auto leveling off. I will have to turn it on. Continuous status beep. Let's turn the beeps on. Status. Okay, languages. Then we have control. As usual in control, you have preheat, move, zero, extrusion, leveling, fan, stop. After that we have extrusion, fan, leveling. In the leveling, this is the manual leveling. I will have to turn on the auto leveling. After that, probably it will give us one menu. Hold on. Auto leveling on, back, and now you have auto leveling. So you can say set z-axis compensation and start automatic leveling. Alright, nothing much to see on this side now. This is Shark V3. I believe I've given you all the information. Still, if something is missing and you need some more information, there's a link in video description, so you can go ahead, check it out for more specs or more technical specs on this 3D printer, or feel free to comment on this video and I would love to answer all those questions. Now let me show you what I have been busy doing with this 3D printer and what this 3D printer has been doing for over 2 weeks non-stop. In 2 weeks non-stop 3D printing, I do not have any issues. All the prints are really nice and good, and most of them are sitting right here, as you can see, and I love the results. I'm very, very satisfied with the results. As you are watching this big benchy that I 3D printed, the results are pretty good. You can print maximum at 60 millimeter per second, so it's not very fast as G-Tech Thunder right there, which is really 300 millimeter per second. That's a lot of speed right there and cuts the time into half for any 3D print. But still, if you want to get good results, you gotta print at slow speeds, and you get very, very good results on your 3D prints, on your models with Shark V3. So the dual color printing on Shark V3 is actually going very well. I'm doing it without the prime tower, and one of the pieces mixing the color, which naturally will, where the color always changes. Apart from that, everything is going very well. If you do the prime tower, you'll put the prime tower somewhere here and you will get perfect colors. This is another model done, and this is actually for calibration purposes, but I can see, and I am actually liking it, that one thing that you want to notice, that this overhang, you see, is printed without any support, and it's 20 degrees, and it actually printed really nice. As you can see, There's nothing is hanging, no filament is hanging. Is nice. After, like, of course you see the layers, but nothing is hanging. Now check this out, that if you look at it, I can even see 0.1 millimeter lines very clearly, and 0.1 millimeter hole. Now here, the 0.1 millimeter holes and 0.1 millimeter to 0.6 millimeter, as you can see, everything actually printed really nice and clear. So the tolerance on Shark V3 is actually pretty impressive, because as I mentioned, you can see even 0.1 millimeter, I can see those lines. So tolerance wise, this printer can actually do very, very good job. By the way, the dual color prints, as you can see, the Shark V3 is actually doing very nice. This one, the dual cone traffic post, turned out really nice. This one probably the filament got a little late, the second one, the from Extruder 2, but actually turned out very good. I'm not using prime towers because it saves me time on prints. So if you don't use prime towers, where the filament changes, the color actually mixes really nice. Now you can see red and yellow actually turned orange here, and here also. But overall, the dual color is doing very well. If you use prime towers, you will have very fine colors on each model part. Another morning, and check this out. What a sweet print, man. And pay attention to these horns. They're really nice and thin, and they got printed pretty good. Another morning, and check this out. This bicolor lizard actually printed really nice. It looks nice with yellow down there and orange on top. Come on, I don't want to break it. Orange on the top. There's a little bit of stringing here, which is easy to clean, not a big problem. By the way, since the beginning I started using this printer, honestly speaking, I didn't have stringing problems with it, just that these little bits left and right appear time by time, but that could be some of the slicers problem, but there is no stringing problem in this printer for sure. And the lizard joins the tribe, increasing tribe of 3D printed objects right here. And of course I've shown you this going to be a kitty house. The printer is not gonna rest. It's the 7th day today, and I'm gonna start 3D printing more stuff on it. So let's give it a 16 hours job now. So our Stickman kit has been printed. This is still stuck. That's a nice sword here. I basically am using that spray so everything sticks very well, and it is also very, very easy to take off. So this is a kit, the Stickman kit. Let's take it off and assemble it and see how it looks like. And check this out, the Stickman in action. It's a nice design. I would leave the in the video description, the link in the video description. And check this out. These vases never cease to impress. This one actually printed really nice. And our 3D printed kitty house is ready. And Kitty already likes it, right? BT, you like it? Yeah, he likes it. See, he's playing already. And he doesn't want to come out. Awesome. This is a dome kitty house. Alright, thank you very much for watching this video. Now for the conclusion, I would say I have used and still am using Lotmaxx 3D printers. I have used Shark V2 and Shark Plus. Unfortunately, Shark Plus never made it to the market. That was really a nice big size printer. I don't know why they didn't make it to the market. With a Shark series printer from Lotmaxx 3D, I've been using them over a year or more without any issues. The only common issues that you get, like nozzle jams, and you have to change some nozzles over time, Teflon tubes, you have to maintain your head. I mean, they're minor regular maintenance that you need on these printers. There are no major issues, and they are simply a workhorse, 3D printing workhorse. They work day and night, and you can just leave them on for longer jobs, up to 3-4 days. Not an issue on that. I have 3D print a whole full-size kayak and a full-size 3D printed boat with those printers, Shark 3D, Shark V2 and Shark Plus, and no major issues. Similarly, right here now we have Shark V3. I have tested it over 2 weeks without any major issues. It works really well. It is a 3D printing workhorse. The 3D prints are very good quality, and not to mention the bicolor 3D printing is just a charm. You can 3D print with 2 different color and get your models a new face or new life easily without having to repaint them later. Last but not least, if you need laser engraving, you can convert it to a laser engraver and do your laser engraving, hobby grade laser engraving at home. Now retailing at $299, I believe that's a very good price for a printer that prints in 2 different color as a 3D printing workhorse. Easy to maintain, easy to assemble, easy to set up, no major issues, and you can also convert it into laser engraver. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you like it. Give it a big thumb up. Stay subscribed to my channel. Let me know in video comments what else you would like to know or see on my channel regarding 3D print. Stay tuned and have fun.